Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. My name is Nurul binti Mohamad Nasir, and today I'm going to present to you about the evolution of human society, its nature and its characteristics. So, for the introduction, as we all know, all human beings interact with one other human beings in order to survive. Man lives in society and has to depend on the society for their own survival. From times, men have been trying to comprehend the social environment and created social science to understand the society better, such as psychology, sociology, and history. So, we believe that it is essential to study the evolution of society, the systems and structures, the custom and rules, the nature and the interdependence of these groups. So, on the evolution of human society, there is an evolution theory according to Herbert Spencer. Herbert Spencer explained that society also passes through various phases of development, exactly how the organisms did. And he had also presented his evolutionary scheme, which is first principles and principles of sociology. As we know, the evolution theory says that the simple organisms develops into the complex structure through a process that consumes hundreds of centuries. So, the concept that resembles that is explained as organismic theory. According to this theory, society as a biological system exhibits the same kind of unit as the individual organism and subject to similar laws of development, maturation, and decline. Next, on the development of society according to Auguste Comte. Auguste Comte was the father of sociology and he had presented his theory on the development of society. Comte's theory was based on his law of three stages. According to his law, human knowledge was actually evolved through three different stages. Firstly, theological or fictitious state. In this phase, human minds seeks to understand the essential nature of beings, the first and final causes, in short, absolute knowledge. And then the second stage is the metaphysical or abstract state. This state is a modification of the first insofar as the mind supports the abstract forces and personified abstractions inherent in all beings and capable of producing all phenomena. And then the last stage is the positive or scientific state. And this is the last and the final state. Mind gives up vain search absolute notions, the origin and destination of the universe, the causes of phenomena, and it applies to the study of their laws. The next one is the characteristics of the evolution of society. Firstly, it is a movement from the simple to the complex society, and then from homogeneity to heterogeneity. It is also a slow and gradual process, shaped of an adaptation to changing environment and social context, and lastly, it is a series of related changes in the social system. Next, I will explain the society as a system of relationship. There are two approaches to define the society. Firstly, functional approach, which defines society as a complex of groups in reciprocal relationship interacting upon one another. And then the next one is structural approach. According to structural approach, the entire society could be divided into systems of social relationship which are closely related to one another. And then the characteristics of society. Firstly, society involves likeness. Without sense of likeness, there will be no mutual recognition of belonging together and thus no society. And then society also involves differences and it depends on it. Social relationship will be limited if all people were all alike. And then in human society, different individuals complement one another and therefore created meaningful social interaction. Lastly, there are also interdependence in society. Members of society should be interdependent and should cooperate with one another for smooth running of the society. Next, I will explain more about the individual and the society, which is the aspect that is important in the evolution of human society. There are theories on the relationship between man and the society, which is social contract theory and the organismic theory. Firstly, social contract theory. Thomas Hobbes viewed a society as a means of protection of men against their own intolerant and conflicting nature. So, to protect himself against the evil consequences, man organized himself in society in order to live in peace with everyone. And then the second one is the organismic theory. As what I have mentioned earlier, this theory conceived that society is a biological system which alike in its structure and function and exhibits same kind of unit as individual organism and is subject to similar laws of development, maturation and decline. The next one is about socialization. Socialization is the process by which the individual learns to conform to the norms of the groups. And then there are also agencies of socialization. What is agencies of socialization? Agencies of socialization is which helps individual to learn new social ways of life in one way or the other. So first, the agencies of socialization is family. Family is from where the child gets their first lessons of love, affection, cooperation, and tolerance. Parents are the one to socialize the child first, and then the child also learn the speech and language from their own parents. The next one is peer groups and friends. The relationship between a child and his friend is that of mutual give and take and based on cooperation and understanding. From his friend, a child acquires cooperative morality and tolerance. The last one is profession and employment. Individual brings about changes in his life according with his aspiration for a job. Profession actually socialize the individual by inculcating the sense of competitiveness, hard work and cooperation in him. The functions of socialization. And then the first function of socialization is to develop the personality of an individual. It is also to establish the uniformity in society. The next one is to help the individual to internalize the culture. And then the socialization also inculcates basic disciplines among the members of the society. The last one is also to teach the members the performance of social roles. That's all my presentation about the evolution of human society. Thank you.